Yo, what's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back today with another episode of my Tulsa Dynasty here on NCAA Football 13. This is episode number 14, and we're doing a little housekeeping, a little recruiting, all that stuff, just catching you up on some stats and different things that are going on throughout the season as we approach the end of the regular season. One more regular season game left, and that is this week, which we have coming up, and that will be the next episode. We're taking on SMU, and it's week 13 of the season. We have a 11-0 record, and we'll be taking on SMU, who's actually ranked number 20 in the country with a 10-1 record. So it'll be a big game for us to help towards those BCS standings that you just saw a little while ago. Just looking ahead, hopefully we'll be able to I think we'll definitely be able to make a BCS bowl as long as we don't lose. But looking at the bigger picture, a national championship is in sight. This week, Nebraska and Iowa play each other. So Nebraska is number 3, Iowa's number 4. And so that means somebody has to lose, which means we should be able to jump one of them if we happen to win our game. But it also means that either of those teams winning would probably give them a lot of points, considering they're beating such a tough opponent. So it somewhat helps that we're playing a team that's number 20 and 10-1. But we really just can only play our games and win our games and hope that everything else happens the way we want it to. The stars do align, and then Oklahoma's playing Oklahoma State as well this week, so that's a possible game where OU could lose. But again, we just need to focus on what we're doing. I showed you some other things like the projected bowl games. Right now, we are projected to be in the Rose Bowl, taking on now number 3 Nebraska. So that would still be a very big bowl to go to get invited to, being such a small school, making it to the Granddaddy Rose Bowl. And then I also showed you the Heisman race, which we don't have any players in there. No doubt in my mind that if Cody Green did not get hurt and miss 4 games, that he would be in the running. But you see players like Rex Burkhead from Nebraska, Monty Ball from Wisconsin, and the halfback, I'm sorry I forgot his name already, but the one that really transferred to USC this year, but in this game he's still at Penn State. So those are a couple of the Heisman hopefuls in this season. So, and now we also went through the league leaders and stats, and you see we have some guys up there in defensive categories as far as tackles and sacks and interceptions, some guys that are in the top 50. Again, I feel that if Cody Green played a full season and didn't miss those games, he'd be up there in the top 5 in passing yards. And then we had, I believe, Crabtree in the ranking for touchdown passes or receiving yards. I can't remember. But we're just going through some recruiting here. I didn't really edit any of it out like I did before. I mentioned in other episodes, I didn't really get the hang of recruiting till around this time. So I'm really making a strong push towards the end here to get some of these guys. And as I went down through the list, you saw that we did have a bunch of guys who committed. Nobody spectacular, but it's guys that will fill the roster, and a lot of them are really speedy guys, which I really like on my team. So hopefully we'll be able to land some more recruits towards the end of the season, and we'll have another recruiting episode coming up before our main bowl game, and then obviously the off-season type episode. So all that is coming in the future. If you missed the last episode, which again, I've mentioned this on several of my other videos in the last couple days, but if you missed the last episode, I think there was an issue going on with YouTube sub boxes, and not too many people watched the last Tulsa episode. It was definitely far below the average of every other video. So make sure you check out the link down in the description below. Like I always say, it's a playlist for the entire series, so if you missed any other episodes of this series, you definitely want to catch up on them. Last week we did have a game, and I'm already losing my train of thought of who we played. UCF. We beat UCF, and it was a pretty easy win. I believe it was 28-7 or 30-7, something like that. But if you missed that episode, make sure you go check it out. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name is always in the description. It's at Stranger Popular, and it's the best way to keep up with what's going on in my channel, or on my channel, I should say. And if you did enjoy this video like all the other ones, please do not hesitate. It takes 1 second. Just click that thumbs up for me. I would truly appreciate it. That really helps my channel get recognized and get noticed. And as far as my videos, they'll be popping up on search engines and things like that. So this video's wrapping up. I'm really just going through and trying to use up all the recruiting time I can on the last bit of prospects that I'm looking out on, and mainly focusing on the defensive side of the ball, because a lot of my offensive players will hopefully be coming back as long as they don't try to leave early. Not too many seniors on the team, but I do like the way that I'm climbing up here on some of these recruits, so hopefully they will sign to our school. Anyways, guys, this episode is wrapping up. Remember, we'll be back again next week with the game against SMU, the last game of the regular season, and then we'll see where we land for the bowl season. I'm out, guys. Peace.